You know, when it comes to buying records and getting into vinyl records, and then you go to the second-hand ones and you get those pops and crackles, some people might actually say, oh, I don't mind the pops and crackles. Not me. Can't stand it. Every now and then, yeah, sure. But if it's constantly pops and crackles, no. And something I do before I play every record, I always use a brush. I give it a brush, and that makes a huge difference. And they're not too expensive. However, if you're buying secondhand records and you find a seller, and that's the thing, finding a seller that describes the record as it is another thing. Finding a good reputable seller. I had bought a record where they said near mint, plays perfectly, and I got it. And in fairness, the record looked beautiful. It did look really nice. But it was this constant pops and crackles all the way through the play. It does not play perfectly, and I tried it on 2 turntables here, and I got the same result. Once I cleaned it up, perfect. It worked perfectly. And that happens sometimes with vinyl records. This, lots of pops and crackles. Wife used the record restore like new. Sounds great. My wife, before I met her, I've been into hi-fi since I was a kid. And when I met her, you know, my point I'm gonna make is that she's seen a lot of hi-fi come and go. My wife has gotten quite enthusiastic about records, and she now enjoys finding out where it was pressed and which country has the best pressing. And she will hunt down a record and she will compare them, and she's got into it a lot more than me when it comes to records. And that goes for also cleaning products, cleaning the records. And you know what? I'm going to have to get my wife to give her verdict on this, because she's used it a lot more than me, cleaned a lot of records. So I'm going to get her to give you her thoughts.
I first started collecting records in 2021. Since then, I've always been on the lookout for the most effective way to clean records to get the best sound. I've tried a few cleaning methods, starting with the Spin Clean record washer, the Groove Washer cleaning kit, and most recently the Hammond Guru ultrasonic cleaner. Out of the 3, the Hammond Guru definitely helped reduce the amount of surface noise of a record. However, I was still left with a number of records where I couldn't remove stubborn pops and crackles. These albums were visibly near mint. However, for me, records with noisy backgrounds always detracted from the music, and I often gave up and shelved them thinking I would need to replace it with a better copy. I recently bought the Record Restore Boxset, and to my absolute delight, this stuff actually works. There was a noticeable difference in sound for records where I had previously tried cleaning with other methods and had given up on. I was really impressed with the results. There's been a few records which needed another round of Record Restore applied, but for the most part, one application was all it took to remove unwanted background noise of pops and crackles and restore a record to its original audio potential. Another bonus, Record Restore also gets rid of static. I found the Record Restore Boxset video and Record Restore manual easy to follow, and after a few albums I quickly got the hang of applying the gel onto the record and ensuring it was evenly coated on both sides. Easy does it on the rotation speed though. I like the fact that it's a gentle and simple process to apply the gel, and once set and dry, it's easy to peel off. The Boxset is a must. It provides everything you need, and having the spin platter and record stacker makes life a lot easier. I'm definitely going to continue using Record Restore to help rediscover those gems I'd previously given up on.
I'm going to take you through a step-by-step on how we used the Record Restore. Now, before you start using it, if you are buying the box set, it's best to set up the record drying unit first, so you've got somewhere to put your records. Now, when it comes to syringing the liquid, it says 3 to 5 mils. Now, we used around 3.5 to 4, and if you use that amount, you will get a better peeling effect when taking the liquid off the record. And do not spin the record too fast. You don't want that liquid flying off the record. Now, that said, you would have to spin the record pretty fast, but find your groove, and the more you do, the better you'll be at it. And don't worry, it's not too hard to begin with anyway. Now, when applying the liquid with the brush, this is very important what I'm about to say. It is absolutely paramount that you do the cross brush as well, because this will help it getting to the grooves better as well once it's dried. Now, once you've left it to dry, you'll be able to peel the dry liquid off. And I must say, once you get it down pat, when you actually use the sticky tape, now when you're using the sticky tape to actually take it off, sometimes it might not peel up. Just get the tape and apply it in another spot on the record and it will lift up. I tell you what, there's nothing more satisfying when you get that liquid dried and you can just peel it off. And just go around the edges as you're peeling it off so you get it done in one whole lot. Now, on the rare occasion you will get some residue around right on the edge of the record. We got that on a couple and it wasn't too hard to actually just take that off. Overall, look, I tell you what, it does make a difference, and the fact that it gets rid of that static is just such a bonus. And I'm gonna say it, I like the Humming Guru, but she prefers this over the Humming Guru, and this is cheaper. So there you go. We're gonna stick with this. We've actually purchased it and we're gonna keep using it. She's ordered some more bottles. And also we used it on new records. There was a few records that came out of the pressing factory, and you know what? They can look beautiful. They can look brand new, but every now and then you will get some dust in those grooves, and we used this and it worked beautifully. Look, on that note, thank you so much for coming to the channel. I really appreciate it. And even if you haven't subscribed, I still appreciate you returning and viewing my content. It really means a lot. So thank you so much. And as I always say, hi-fi is there to be enjoyed. So enjoy your hi-fi, enjoy your music and your movies, and I'll see you next time.